Alright guys, so today I'm going to be doing an oil change on my 2011 Ford Ranger, and this type of oil change can basically go for about 60 to 70% of the vehicles out there. I mean, when it comes to German vehicles, probably not so much, but anyways, this is probably everything you are going to need. I am using ramps because they're a little safer, safer than just a jack and jack stands, but that's what I'm going to be using. If you don't have them, then you can still use a jack and a jack stand. And if you don't have that, then just hire somebody. But the first thing we need to do is put this up on ramps. So I'm going to do that. So after you have it up on your ramps or lifted with your jack, you want to make sure your parking brake is on. And then what I usually do is open up the cap and just set it to the side. That way it drains out very smoothly from the bottom. And down here, you want to set up your catch can underneath your drain plug. And then we also have our filter right there. And I will be using channel locks to just take it off, not to put it on, and I'll get to that later. Just using your socket, you want to get it off. It is super tight on there, so I'm gonna grab a bar to get some extra leverage, and I'll be right back. All right, we got a pipe for some extra leverage, just like that. Jeez, it really shot over. I need a paper towel. It's just a drip like this. You can put your bolt back. And if you had a crush washer, please make sure you put that back. Mine has a little O-ring on the end of it, so no need for that. I will do that. Just make sure you wipe it down really well. And when you finger tighten it, just go back over and give it a good quarter turn, and it should be good. So now I'm going to be taking off the oil filter, and I'm going to be using these channel locks. Now, a lot of people use filter wrenches. I have filter wrenches, but then again, a lot of people don't have filter wrenches, so that's why I'm going to be using my channel locks, just to kind of demonstrate that without all the tools in the world, you can still do this. Just like that. Once you kind of get it started, it will be easy to take off by hand. And just make sure you have your drain pan ready to go underneath, because it will come out. Yeah, like that. And it might just be best to leave it dripping like that until it's kind of stopped, and then remove it all the way. Right, so now we are ready to put on the new filter. You want to make sure that there's just like no debris on it or anything like that. And with your new oil, you actually want to take some and run it along the edge of this O-ring right here. It helps make sure that it doesn't stick, and it provides a good seal all the way around. A lot of people like to also pre-fill this, because they believe, you know, you don't want to run the engine without oil. But on small trucks like this one, or small vehicles, it really doesn't matter. Now, when you talk about like bigger trucks, yeah, you definitely probably want to do that. But let's go ahead and put this on. All right, so you just want to take your brand new filter that you put oil on, make sure you have it lined up and centered. Yep. And simply just hand tighten it on there. And when you get to here, you want to just kind of crank it down until you can't. Only hand. Do not use a filter wrench. Do not use a channel locks. Don't do anything like that. Just tighten it down hand, and that will be enough. That is all I have to say about that. Okay. Now that we have everything all buttoned up down here, we can go to the top and fill up our oil. Now, before putting any oil in there, you want to make sure that your truck or car is like ground level. So I'm just going to simply turn on the power, put it in neutral, and then roll it off the ramps. Just like that. Also a good idea to make sure nobody's behind you. Now, you want to make sure you're using a funnel. You don't want to get it everywhere. As you can see, whoever did this last time, it wasn't me, got it everywhere. Now, got to be very careful because it will come out really quickly. Just want to be right over top of your funnel. There we go. Yeah, I just spilled a little bit, but it's all good. Now, when you get into about 4.5 quarts in there, you want to make sure that you're not going over, if you don't already know how much oil you have. So just go ahead, pull the dipstick out, and check the oil by wiping that off, putting it back in. So the oil on my dipstick is right at the max fill line, so we are good. So take your funnel, clean up the area with a microfiber cloth. You don't want to just leave oil sitting there. You'll start seeing smoke and it might scare people. Put your cap back on and let's start the truck up. All right, just started it up. Let it run for a few seconds and then we're gonna turn it off and check the oil again. So after you let it run for a few minutes, you wanna come back in here, pull your dipstick, wipe it off real quick, put it back in, and then pull it back out and see where we're at as far as the oil goes. And I am just right at the line there. So I'm gonna add some more oil. Just add a little bit more oil. And go ahead, wipe it off, put it back. Let's check. All right, so this is perfect. It's right in the middle. I don't know if you can really see that. Yeah, okay, that right there. It's perfectly right in the middle. It's not recommended to max out the line. It just simply isn't. You might cause a problem with oil pressure. Depending on how old your vehicle is, this has 200,000 miles on it. I'm not trying to cause any problems. It is a Danger Ranger, so it's kind of hard to kill. But that is how you change your oil. Hope this helped. Almost forgot to tell you what to do with this. With any old oil, you can take it to pretty much any auto parts store, and even some dealerships or some mechanics, they will take it. You just take it to the auto parts store and they have this giant tank in the back. You dump it in there and it's completely free. They have to do it by law. So let's go do that. Hey buddy, how you doing? I'm just dropping off some oil in the back. Is that cool?
Alrighty.
Thank you. And so that's it. Hope this helped.